All right, so yeah, I'm back, and I had to fix my shit because my shit got wrecked. So, by the way, so how I'm gonna do this is basically after the tournament, I say about a good week would pass. Deku would get to know, like Deku would talk to Todoroki, and basically tell him like, hey, like about that whole thing for me beating the fuck out of you for like a good while. I was trying to get you to use your fire, and he was like, "Cause of my fucking dad." It was like, no, actually, because like I'm technically part of your fucking a distant cousin to say, very distant, but distant enough. And Todoroki was like, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah. Why do you think my fire is fire?" And it reminds you of your dad. Well, besides your dad, uh, it was good, cuz. And basically, for that entire week, they'd just be chilling, pretty much. This is like their week because Deku didn't talk to like any of his other classmates, even Ida, which is really surprising. He didn't talk to fucking what's it called, Momo either. Basically, him and Todoroki just been chilling the entire week, making up for lost time, and basically it was easy for them to. So after like during that week, they'd be chilling because they have a week off after the whole fucking UA shit. Because now here's what it goes. I didn't watch my whole last ones, and I don't remember it because I have fucking issues with memory sometimes. So I'm gonna just do this. A week they after that week they go into school and basically, matter of fact, scratch that. I'm about to do something personal. So he'd get home and he like put he chalk in the thing with his helmet, and all the carmines will pop up, and Clay would be like, "Dude, what the fuck?" And Benjamin would be like, "Yeah, man, what the hell?" And Anthony just like, "All right, calm down, calm down." No, and then fucking and Clay is like, "Bruh, you could have ended that fight a lot sooner." And Benjamin was like, "You could have been a lot more precise too. He almost took your fucking head off." And Anthony just looks at them like, "Really, really?" I mean, he looks at fucking Benjamin like, "Really, really? You really gonna say that?" And Benjamin's like, "Oh, no offense, but still." But and Clay was like, "You know what? You need to get better with your fucking fire. But at the same time, I'm kind of glad you met an extended member of the family. To the Carmine's family mean everything, and it was evident in the tournament when they all surrounded you to help you put your goggles back in, and that whole conversation would happen, and Deku would learn more about his family and why like they all mean something. No, I'm gonna say after the whole conversation, it's the next day, and Deku walks into school. Mind you, he still carries his armor with him in his, I say, in like a huge fucking gym bag. It's like a huge, matter of fact, a huge duffel bag basically. And he gets into class, and fucking Momo walked to him and be like, "You didn't text me the entire fucking week." And Ito's like, "Yeah, same, nigga. I mean, same. Like, what happened?" And basically, Deku says, "My bad, my bad. I was talking to Todoroki the entire week." And honestly, I was making up for lost time with them because we kind of found out extended family. And they're like Momo and Ida understood. They're like, "Oh, okay." And I would say after about like 10 minutes of talking, actually no, they all get in class early. So about say half an hour, everyone comes in, and Aizawa basically is like, "Okay, so like because I want to evaluate how y'all did after that week, time to do this. Put your hero equipment on and walk to this location." So they walk there, and I'm gonna say class. No, actually, no. I'm not gonna put class B in this because I kind of don't want to, and for the fact that I really don't need to. So plus, I don't remember their quirks. So it's that's kind of my bad on me, and I'll take that on the chin. And basically, they to, they go to the building. Fuck, they go to the building area, and basically, the Aizawa says, "All right, so seeing as like I want to evaluate how you guys are doing, I want you guys to do this. I'm gonna put you on the teams. I mean, you guys are gonna. This is gonna be a battle royale type shit. Now this is the city. One of you has like you're all gonna be hunting one person, and that's the winner of the hero exam. I say hero exam. Winner of the yeah, definitely winner of the hero exam. The tournament arc. The winner of the tournament arc. Winner of the tournament, which would be, which would be Deku. So he said, "All right, Deku, you get a half an hour head start." And basically, because he says the chip in, Benjamin is sitting there. He's like, "Oh yeah, this is how we do this." And basically, is like, "All right, so first we get into." He's like, "First," Benjamin's like, "First get into a building, right? Get to the highest point." And Clay like, "No, no, 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 no." And he was like, "We know every one of their quirks, right? So we know how to beat them. So Earphone Jack Girl is gonna like try to look for you, and there's no way we can hide from her." Then you got Bakugo, who just charged in willy nilly, so you can take him out first. And they're basically just whole planning the whole thing out. And I see it took about half an hour, and then like, okay, this plan shall begin. So after that half an hour, everyone comes rushing in. Yes, even Mineta, even though I don't really want him here. So basically, he puts on the combat armor because you know how this shit's about to be. And Clay's sitting here looking at it like, "Damn, you really modeled your shit after my fucking after my armor." And he was like, and Deku say, "Pretty much, actually. It served a lot more, like combat wise, than anything else." And he would be like, "Yeah, because I was like pretty much the front man for everything." So actually, as they pull in, you can he knows that Jirower. Fuck. Why did I stumble on my words? So I'd say Bakugo would come like just boom, 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 charging through everywhere like, "Where are you?" And like usual. And in that moment, I'm gonna say he would go into the wrong building and knock the fuck out. You and then it was like, "Ye slumber." Oh yeah, he got his ass out of the air. And basically just caught a Mina's right hand to the jaw and knocked his shit clean the fuck off. And he was just folded like a chair and hit the ground. And Joe like, "Damn." And everyone in the class like, "What?" He was like, "Yo, this nigga, like, he just punched Bakugo in the jaw. I think I heard a pop." And they're like, "Wait, he knocked out Bakugo?" And they're like, "Yeah," in a single punch. And Joe's like, "Oh," and they're like, "Okay, so where is Deku?" And she's like, "Oh, in that building over there." And that's when they like Todoroki's like, "I got an idea," and tries to ice the whole entire building. And in doing so, basically, he freezes like one side of the building, which was the entrance. There's no back door to a building, so he's like, "Okay, so now he has nowhere to go. Now we have to find a way in." And this one, Tsuyu pop up and was like, "Oh yeah, I got a way in. Let's just go to the top." And Mo was like, "Pretty good idea." And while Deko's just sitting there, he's like, "It's colder than a rat's ass in here." And Benjamin, and funny because Benjamin started laughing at that. Like, all right, because I'm back. Uh, let's see. Oh yeah, so Deku would be sitting there and he'd be like, "So they froze. So Todoroki froze the front of the building, so I can't leave." And Clay is just like, "Well, it's kind of expected. He would do something like that." And Benjamin's like, "Hmm." Anthony is like, "Hmm." And then Lizzie's like, "Well, like because he did that, how about we just like make the building collapse?" And they're like, "What?" And they're like, "Yeah, they're clearly about to go through the ceiling more than likely." So Deku's like, "So why don't I just go out there?" He says, "No, think about this tactically. You're like you can fight all of them, but that's too much work. So instead of doing that, let's just do this because there's no way these buildings are actually fucking concrete." And then like he knocks on the wall and he's actually not concrete, so they won't die from the building falling. And Lizzie's like, "There you go. All right, so attack these pillars." He walks in the bottom because that's where the support is for a building. Attack the pillars here, here, and here. Does that, and Lizzie says, "Give it a second." And then all of a sudden the building goes douche, and start falling forward. And everyone in the class is like, what the fuck? As the building starts falling forward on some Modern Warfare 3 shit. They dropped the fucking building on us. Excuse me? And there's always just looking like, yo, did he just drop a fucking... Is he trying to drop the building on them? And freaking... Lizzie's like, haha, I knew that would work. And Deku's like, I'm like, huh? And then all of a sudden gets under something, and the building falls on his classmates. And the building would, break apart because it's not actually fucking like built like regular buildings. And basically all his classmates are knocked out. And Aizawa basically walks over and is like, wow, kind of an L. And says, winner, Deku. And they're like, that's unfair. He dropped the building on us. And fucking Aizawa looks at them like, y'all really aren't that smart, are you? You guys had him outnumbered, and he knew he couldn't, and he knew that it wasn't smart to fight all of you. So he just took it upon himself to, so there's no one else in this area. Let's just take the fucking building down. And then Aizawa goes to explain, like, even heroes, like, even though most of us wouldn't do something like that because we try to protect it, things have to be done in order to stop villains. Therefore, money has to be spent, more than likely, either way it goes. So dropping a building on you guys, knowing that it wouldn't kill you, was correct, but he cost so much fucking money. Good thing heroes don't have to pay for that shit. And Deku's like, yep. As he says, all right, everyone hit the showers. Now every guy in the class is mad at fucking Deku, including Todoroki, because Todoroki is like, bro, you dropped a fucking building on us. And he's like, yep. And Deku's like, yep. Why'd you drop a building on us? Because I can. And I'd do it again if in that situation. Because know why? Because that shit made sense. Let me guess. You guys are going to get... And then Bakugo... my bad. And then Bakugo from the corner room would be like, you fucking knocked me out one punch, pussy. And Deku's like, you ran in here knowing I was there. So you kind of ran into that hook, basically. By the way, he's built like clay, for those who don't know. The fucking most diesel carmine there was clay. So he's built like clay. So, yeah. And basically, Bakugo will be mad at this, and then he'd be like, we can fight right now. And Deku's like, no. He's like, and Bakugo's like, why the fuck not? And Deku be like, well, we're in the locker room. I only have a towel around my waist, and I would probably knock you out in the same way. And then Bakugo's like, prove it, and charges at him. Deku is like, fuck, this towel's gonna fall off. And when Bakugo goes to fucking, like, swing, he's like, oh, there we go. And just hits him square in the middle of his chest. Not in the wrist, but you know where the kidney is? I mean, not kidney, but I said the kidney. The liver. He gives him a liver shot, and basically Bakugo is on the ground. And for those who don't watch fighting, a good kidney or liver shot can either kill you, or it can really, really fucking hurt and put you on the ground. It's like getting kicked in the nuts. But this one hurts up top. And for those who actually do know how that shit feels, oof, that's kind of fucking tough. Not gonna lie. So Bakugo was basically on his knees, like coughing, and Deku's like, yep, and he's like, and like the towel was about to come off, but he tied it back. He was like, all right, now I'm about to get dressed and head back to class. And everyone there is looking like, damn. And Kirishima looking like, yo, did he just hit him in one punch again? And Bakugo's like, shut up. And yeah, all right. So as they're walking back as Deku walks back to class, he like walks past the girls' room, and they're like, and they're basically like people are walking out, and like he walks straight past them, and they're all kind of still mad at him for dropping a fucking building on them, and Momo just looks at him like, how the hell did you know the structure of that building and how it wouldn't kill us? And Deku was like, oh, and then he just knocks on the fucking wall of their building. He's like, it wasn't made of the same material, so I kind of guessed it wouldn't kill you. Cause yeah, considering that you have people like All Might running around and Bakugo blowing things up, they changed the structures of the building, so just in case something like that did happen, it wouldn't fucking kill you. And walks back to class, and I'm almost like, no, actually that is kind of smart. And everyone else is kind of like, that fucking guy. And they'd be like extremely pissed. But Deku would walk back to class, and Aizawa would basically tell him with the, you didn't have to drop the building on them. There could have been ways around it. And Deku was like, there was, but in the grand scheme of things, it would have took way too long to fight all of them. And it would have took especially long to deal with like Todoroki, Momo, Ida, and fucking like some of them. Because Jiro would have been in the distance giving out information more than likely. And I was also thinking like, so you knew their quirks, and that's how you're able to counter them. But that's not really going to work in the field much. And Deku's like, I know this. It's just like I kind of had to do this way because if I didn't, I would have probably got like beat the like not beaten, but he's like, what's the word? Oh yeah, I would have like struggled fighting everyone, even though I know that I'm built like I can take them all, but I'm not gonna fight all of them at the same time. It's kind of stupid fighting wise. When and then as I was like, what, that's kind of smart. And everyone gets back in the class, and Deku's just sitting there, like messing with like his equipment. I mean, no, he wouldn't even carry his equipment in class. Deku's just sitting there reading a book. So while he's reading, like no one's really talking to him, and he's like, "Huh? So they're still mad at me about that? Oh well, like they'll get over it." Because they're all still thinking he could have killed us, even though they're not thinking of it like, except for the people who he talked to them, and they know it makes sense. So I'd say after a while, like class would end, and like he talked to Jiro and Momo. I said Jiro and Momo. Momo and fucking Todoroki. It basically the group of like Todoroki, Momo, and Ida. Like he talked to them, and they aren't mad at him anymore about it because they thought about it. And Ida was the only person who was like on that still like that whole like a hero wouldn't do this and that, and Deku basically told him like a hero stops a villain by any means, even though you're not supposed to kill. More than likely, a hero has a kill or two to his name, and then he thinks of it. Think of it like this: All Might. He could like you can't save everyone. You save as many as you can, even if that means you have to kill a fucking villain. And he was like, but there's no reason you should be able to kill. You should kill a villain. And Deku was like, and that's what's wrong. You're thinking too small on it. See, even like not every villain you can like stop in a fight. Sometimes you have to kill them or like maim them, even if you like dismember them. Like you have to stop them either somehow stop them or in the worst case scenario kill them. And basically, Ida's like, but and then he says, like you have to think about it like this, and like you don't get that fucking chance to say, oh, I don't want to kill you. It's either you or him, and you have to think about all the people around you at the same time. There's no time to think about how to stop this guy. It's more of how do I like stop him from moving. And that's why you fight with the intent to kill, but if you don't want to kill, you don't kill. And Ida's just thinking about it, and Todoroki's like, yeah, but still, you don't have to kill anyone. And Deku says, that is also true. And basically, Clay is sitting here like, you're wrong, you're right in that, but you're wrong somewhere. Basically, while that's happening, I almost yawned for a second. I had to freaking curve myself. So, I'd say next day would happen. I mean, not even next day. Like a while would pass, and basically, as I would walk into the class with the fucking papers, and the whole class would look like, huh? And as I would be like, okay, so these are forms for, kind of the fucking, kind of your, what's it called? These are the forms for, what's it called? What the hell is it called? Oh, the fucking, the hero, a psychic, hero psychic shit. I couldn't remember the name of it, my bad. So he passes out the forms and where y'all go, and Deku basically is rated, well, wants to be hired by like multiple places for an internship. That's what's called internships. And he's just looking at it. He's like, hmm. And basically, all the Carmines are looking at it. That's in this helmet, and they're like, hmm. And they're like, where is it? Where is it? Ah, there it is. Yeah, we're going to the Carmine organization. And Deku's looking at him like, oh, like, why are we going there? And basically he says, well, the family, we don't really, I mean, the Carmine organization basically does the same thing hero organizations do. It's just we're specialized in if you have to kill, you can kill. That we're the only group allowed to do that because we were there in the Locust Wars. So we know for a fact that you, like, sometimes you have to fucking kill. That's why certain heroes are under that shit and have licenses to kill. Think of like that shooter hero. Like, he has a license to kill. And yeah. And he already knew he would go for the Carmine fucking internship and be like, yep, knew I was gonna end up there. And everyone's gonna be like, huh, you already decided? He was like, yeah, I'm gonna be working with family. And they're like, why did you choose family? And I'm like, why not? And you're like, well, you got Endeavor's organization. Todoroki just looks over. And, like, and you got all these other ones. And Deku's basically like, nah, I still want to do mine. And I think actually, yeah, I'm gonna leave it off here because, yeah. This was pretty good. It was a productive part back. I have short term. I just realized I have short term memory. Huh. I had to pause it, go back, listen to my fucking part, then come back and do a whole new part. No, I have to put all this shit together. Like, you guys don't know, I have a short attention span. So for legit 10 minutes, I was just on my phone when I paused the recording. And I was just chilling. My brother waked up and I called him a pussy 12,000 times. And yeah, peace.